Bills fans, I'm not even going to attempt to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you a white lie. I'm not going to tell you a partial lie. The truth is, this was likely the worst season y'all will have in the last 5 years.
Shut up, the Bills! It's not outside! It's not outside! Yeah, we the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, we the Buffalo Bills. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, Bills, mafia, yeah. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Call me now, listen. Everyone play their position. Buffalo got a tradition. They say we trippin'. They better get out our way. Top of the table, we flippin'. We on a mission. Got an unstoppable team. Continue to follow your dream by any means. Buffalo, get in the Super Bowl ring. Cause we the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, we the Buffalo Bills. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, Bills, mafia, yeah. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Mafia up in your city, time to get gritty. Screaming and yelling, we bugging. Look at the red and blue.
This is an MVP year for Josh Allen. As an MVP voter, I said this last week. Josh Allen, he looks like an MVP. When you vote for MVP, and I can speak for myself, I think I'm one of 50 voters, you look at a couple things. Who's the best team in football? Who's the best player on that team in football? What do they look like as the best player on that team in football? And how much talent is around that best player on that best team in football?
Cause we the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, we the Buffalo.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Coast to Coast. It's Whittle 2K. My co-host Beyond should be showing up shortly. Just get it going real quick. We won, thank God. Finally, it felt terrible coming in here after. It felt terrible coming in after the loss to the Miami Dolphins. Oh, here he is. Let's get him here now.
Hey, what's up, Whittle?
What's up, man?
Apologize for my little tardiness at a work call sometimes. Got me going late. How's everything?
Oh, good. We're just getting started. Yeah, so Victory Monday. We coming off a victory, short week, but just want to kind of recap a little bit of that Tampa Bay game.
Yep.
It definitely feels good to be coming off of a win. Unlike last week, coming off of a loss, which was absolutely terrible, and where just the Bills just did not look like. It just didn't look like the team that we're used to watching. It was a lot of sloppy football. I thought we did execute as far as moving the football was concerned, but just attention to detail, holding on to the football, making sure you cover it up with two hands. Some bad interceptions. Just some sloppy play from a team that really, Miami came into that game looking to make a statement for their head coach. They had lost it. They fired the GM. I think the Bills walked into that game looking past Miami, looking forward to Tampa Bay, and they paid for it. But this feels good, man. You beat a quality team, even though they're not healthy. Tampa Bay is still a quality team. They've been, a star. They've been a consistent performer in the NFC. They've been in the playoffs multiple years. They sent the Eagles home a few times. They consistently win their division. every year, even though the division is not really great. But can we really say that when we lost to the Falcons? Can I really
Hmm.
say that the division is not that great now? Um,
It's slightly improved over the last couple of years, but yeah, still not great.
yeah, well, prayers up for Michael Penix. So I think I think
Yeah.
I think he messed up his ACL.
I
Yeah,
believe that's his fifth season-ending injury in his career. That's brutal. I mean, yeah, definitely prayers up for Penix. I mean, but just hopefully he give him the whole year off and he comes back strong next year. But
it's got to stink though. But yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know, bro. I'm watching. So the game against Tampa Bay. Um, Josh Allen is him. He woke up. I
Mhm.
think more importantly, Joe Brady woke up and said, "Oh wow, these regular season games actually count towards whether or not you're going to make the playoffs." And he decided to dial up some things that opened up the field past 10 yards. Josh's spray chart for that game looked really good. He took some deep shots. He hit he hit Tyrell Shavers for a deep ball. Um, in the end zone, he overthrew Miko Hardman, which
Mhm.
I didn't know was possible, but he managed to do that. He
Yep.
overthrew Miko, and I was happy to see it too because I mean, let's be honest, man. We've been waiting for Josh to stop underthrowing his targets, and for him to lay it out there, and really test the speed of those guys out there. I thought that was cool. He had a
Absolutely.
gimme he had a gimme with Curtis Samuel down the sideline. He missed him by a few yards, but
Hmm.
uh, listen. The more we do it, the more they throw the ball. I think Josh will lock in. I think his shot group will tighten up a bit, and he'll complete a few more of those down the field. But defensively, not really a game that you want to say a lot about. I thought the secondary actually played well. I thought the secondary was fine. Uh, Christian Benford and those guys did an excellent job making Emeka Buka. I don't want to say a non-factor, but he didn't have a strong game. And I know that's asking a lot because he's a rookie, but he has been pretty good this year. There was some early, rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year hype around him, and I think it still is. But he definitely had a lackluster game going up against Christian Benford and the rest of those guys back there. Cole Bishop continues to play well, continues to make plays all over the field. Maxwell Hairston you barely heard his name, and that's a good thing when you're in the secondary. That means they're
Hmm.
try you a lot, and when they did, it wasn't anything too crazy. So that was a good thing. Yeah, bro, the linebacker Terrell Bernard. Uh, I know he's catching a lot of heat right now for some of his play. Terrell Bernard's not healthy.
No.
You can tell when he's running, he's not healthy. That play where Baker beats him to the side, beats him to the sideline to get a first down. I mean, Baker's not the athlete that Terrell Bernard is. Terrell Bernard, 10 times out of 10 makes that play before the sticks.
Hmm.
He's just he's got
Yep.
a bad wheel. Um, we lost McCole Hardman. After McCole Hardman, we signed him, elevated him from the practice squad to the active roster. He
Hmm.
he takes his first kickoff return inside the 40.
Yeah.
Inside
Big play.
the Buck
61-yard
40.
return, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly, Little.
61
Yep.
yard return, bro. That was nuts.
Hmm.
And then he gets hurt. We had the full Miko Hardman experience. Great play on special teams. He fumbles.
Hour and a half. Yeah.
They recover, and he gets hurt. So that's the full Monty
Hmm.
of
Yeah.
of of Miko Hardman.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, but Brian, what were your thoughts on the game? I just
Now, Little, one of the great 80s movies of all time, Coming to America, came to mind when And in the movie, they're walking on in New York. Lisa and Akeem are walking, and he gives the pocket money to Randolph, and he goes to Randolph, and he goes, "Mortimer, we're back." And that's how I felt at that moment when I saw Josh doing his, Josh things, right? And even like Pierre from Buffalo Fanatics, our brother over there, remember who we have. We always got to remember who we have at these situations. But again, like we spoke about on our pod, Whittle, it doesn't mean Josh is immune to critiquing and criticism at times. He does have to do better things, especially going forward. We're not going to get these games every week, but it was very refreshing to see that we could still dial up a game like this, right? We've had a lot of concerns about the receivers, about whether they're capable of putting up 40 burgers, especially, on quality teams like Tampa. So that was my first thought is, hey, it was good to see, right? It's not going to be the norm, especially going in. We're going to talk about this game on Thursday. I wouldn't expect the same fireworks in Texas, but again, it was a good get right game, I think, mentally for this team, especially the offense, to get that swagger back. I think it was very important, especially how horrible they played against the Dolphins. And again, we're just seeing those inconsistencies. I agree with you, Whittle. I think they overlooked this game for these games coming up. But again, the defense, they made the plays when they had to, right? I mean, what did Baker have 28 attempts in this game for what, 170? I mean,
Yeah.
that's not a great. That's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, folks. I mean, that is not a real good game. Yes, they ran on us a lot, but I wanted to ask you: do you think we made more of an effort to sell out to stop the pass this game? Maybe we said, "Hey, we did give up some run plays again, but it didn't feel the same as other weeks when we've gotten gashed on the ground in the past." But I'm not sure if tactically that was one of our strategies this game, but that's another thing that stuck out to me. But yeah, overall, very a quality win. Again, we could all breathe a sigh of relief. We're still contenders. We got the tough part of our schedule coming up now, and it was just great to see the Bills get on track as we get rolling on that. Can you believe it's already tomorrow night?
Yeah. 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 So the game against the Bucks, I don't believe that we went in there and said, you know what, let's just make sure that they can't throw the ball. I mean, they were missing, Chris Godwin didn't play, Mike Evans didn't play. Um,
Hmm.
so it's Sterling Shepard, Taj Johnson, and Emeka Buka. So I'm not. I don't think that was it. That's not the type of receiving core that I think keeps you up at night. Um, no Bucky Irving, so I don't know if they prepared more for Rashad White, who's more of a multi-purpose back.
Hmm.
Maybe that's what it was. I just think that the run defense is poor right now. I just think
Yeah.
that whatever we're doing on the backside whatever we're doing up front's not working. Um,
Hmm.
we are not keeping the linebackers clean. Um, they are not fighting off these blocks. I mean, like we said before, Terrell Bernard is clearly not healthy. Shaq
Hmm.
Thompson didn't play. Dorian Williams did play, but he's a liability coverage. So, how much can
Yep.
you really play him outside of base?
True.
So, Matt Milano was out there. Um, he flashes, but you kind of know it's about over with. Like the
Yeah.
injuries. It feels like the injuries have taken a toll on him physically, and he's just not. He's just not what he's not the Matt Milano. I'm used to seeing.
Hmm.
It's unfortunate. It is what it is. Father Time is undefeated. But when
Yep.
Father Time teams up with the injury bug, it's really, really, really tough, especially on guys that are, like Milano, who's a bit undersized for his position, relies on speed, relies on that violence, and physically, I don't know how much longer he can keep that up. Um,
Hmm.
you kind of saw the age on him and Daquan a little bit this game, but
Hmm.
overall, you know the run defense is poor. It needs to get better. Um, I don't
I
know
guess
what they can
is the
do to get
question is
better.
Yeah, the ready solutions. Like that's I know we're missing Ed. That hurts, but it's nice to see him in the building this week. But how soon? I mean, I don't expect him back to the playoffs at minimum at this point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're gonna bring in Morgan Fox.
Hmm.
Um Morgan Fox should be available. I don't know if it's this game, but I would expect to see Morgan Fox against Pittsburgh at the latest, the home game with Cincinnati. That's the latest, I think. Before they unveil the new defensive end. Uh, what else? Um, Wide receivers. Uh,
Hmm.
Great job. It was good to see Gabe back. Um,
Hmm.
he knows what to do. He knows how to make himself available for his quarterback. He made a
Hmm.
couple of key catches in that game. I think Josh went to him on fourth down, and that to me speaks volumes. Not because I mean, obviously it was a huge play, but you, you've been playing with the rest of these guys all off season. Training camp, mini camp, uh, preseason, regular season, all the way up until now, and you go to Gabe on fourth down. You know, like it.
Hmm.
I don't think I think that speaks to the level of trust that Josh has in Gabe.
Hmm.
So it was nice to see that connection back. I I don't know, like I don't know Gabe's body language. Like I feel like he's happy to be back, but I also
Hmm.
feel like the way it ended, I feel like that kind of sticks out to him. You know, like
Little bit, yeah.
the way that some of the fans were talking, like you don't just forget that. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no.
And you know, I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I'm happy Gabe's back. Uh, and
Yeah, I think he's going to be
yeah,
a factor down the stretch, Whittle. I mean, I don't know if we're going to ever see
absolutely.
the old Gabe 100%, but I'll even take that. I think it's a very attainable goal for Gabe. I mean, it's not like Gabe is 34 years old. I mean, he's definitely in the prime of his career. Just as
26.
long as his body's feeling, yeah, feels like it's crazy how long he's been playing, and he's 26 years old. It's just incredible, right? So,
It feels like he's 30, right?
yep,
Feels
hmm,
like he's been in the league
absolutely.
forever. Yeah.
Yeah, I know he's a little bit different than Keon, but maybe Gabe is leadership stuff. Maybe that could rub off on Keon a little bit in terms of, like you said, coming back, giving Josh an opportunity to make a play, things like that. Maybe that could help him going forward. Because I do expect Keon to be back in the fold. I have to admit, I've been off of my Twitter account's all messed up, by the way. I can't even get in. It's just a mess,
I know how
right?
to
But
do
I
that.
haven't I haven't seen anything. No, I can't even log in. It's crazy. Like it won't let me reset the password. It doesn't take my email. I don't know what's going on. But is there any signs or any updates on Keon whether he is going to play tomorrow? Has there been any talks of that? Any rumors
So
if he'll be
what's
active?
currently being leaked is that he's not playing Thursday.
He's not going to play. Okay.
Yeah. That's what's on the timeline. So
Hmm.
personally, I feel like this is a bit overkill,
Hmm.
but um I also kind of feel like, you know what, this is a really great defense. And the team that you're going against, you need as many weapons as possible. You need to go in there with a loaded clip, ready to go. And if that means that Keon has to sit for the betterment of the offense, then it is what it is. Um,
Hmm.
so Keon is most. I mean, that's what's being leaked right now is that he's not going to play.
Okay.
He'll be out
Okay.
the stretch
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Something about last week that Steve said too, the running backs doubled the receiving production. That was a good sign too, in this game. I mean, it's nice to see, Ty Johnson back in there. It's good to see James Cook get that pass from Josh. That touchdown, that kind of made me think of that one he threw to Cook in Kansas City. It was a very similar pattern, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly. I think it was last year. It's very, very similar. Kind of reminded me of it, but that was
he
good
did
to
a great
see.
job.
But
I'm sorry, Cook did a great job on that play.
mhm,
You know, you can tell that these guys, the defense is being coached to take certain things away. Um, they were playing him for the wheel route. He cuts that off and takes the inside of the linebacker. So now the linebacker's got to like flip his hips and try to run with him, and by then it's already too late. Um,
mhm,
great job. Like that's a veteran savvy move by James Cook, who
yes.
still feels like he's a first and second year guy.
And
Probably
again,
been in
yeah.
the league like this is his fourth year. You know,
Mhm, absolutely.
these guys are growing up too fast. They're growing up
It
too fast.
goes it goes so fast, but it's so good, doesn't it? Whittle. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, man.
I I think like, but Josh is still only 29, but it feels like he's been playing forever. But it feels like it just started 5 minutes ago at the same time. It's so interesting how that feels as a fan on that side.
Right, right, right. Um, Hard to believe Josh is what, 29? He'll be
Yep,
30.
29, and he's one of the 10 oldest quarterbacks in the league, which is crazy when you think about it. There's only, I think, 10 QBs that are 30 and older. I think he's 10 or 11. Mahomes, I think that includes Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco, right, who's currently
Yeah,
playing,
Rodgers,
right? Think about
Flacco.
a lot of
Yeah,
the QBs are young. I mean, even the team we're
yeah,
playing this week, I mean, CJ Stroud is only 23 years old. I mean, that's the other thing I keep forgetting about him too. I mean, feels like he's been in the league for a while now. He's only 23, so he still has a long runway for his development in that case. So I still think, yeah, I think Josh should take a great care of himself, and the consecutive streak is amazing. I mean, considering how long it's been now, since he's been at it. So definitely
look
don't
good.
take it for granted, Bills fans. That's for sure.
Yeah. He looked good running the football, man. It was nice to see. It's nice to
Hmm.
see Josh unleashed again.
Yep.
The offense kind of rewarded us 44 big
Do you,
points.
Whittle? Do you think we've been holding that back purposely? I think we have a little bit, and I'm talking about Josh running the football.
Yeah, it's got like
Hmm.
it has to be. There's no way that these plays have been sitting in the playbook and he just felt like they weren't appropriate to call in,
Hmm.
against Atlanta or against the Patriots. Like, there's no way that these plays weren't available, and he just said,
Yeah.
"Yeah, this doesn't fit the game plan right now. No way." I think that I think that they've been holding some stuff back, and
Hmm.
just in case of emergency, break glass, and you know, Kansas City's 5-5, man. It's break glass. We may not need to save anything for Kansas City. Kansas City may not make the playoffs. They are
Isn't
currently
that
sitting in
amazing?
what are they, like,
They're
10?
s- they're they're sitting in 9, and here's the other thing, Whittle, the teams in front of them they've lost to, including
Are they
us.
nine
If they
though?
ever,
Are they nine?
yeah,
Are they
they are
Texas?
they are currently in the 9 spot. I'm actually going to bring it up now for us here, but they're currently sitting in the 9 spot, and they lost to the Jaguars, who are 7,
Yep.
and well, the Texans are currently sitting at 8. I'm not sure how they match with them. And the Ravens, I mean, the Ravens are there for now, but yeah, the Chiefs have a long way to go. I know the percentage to make the playoffs, they still have them at 51%. I think this game this week against the Colts is going to be enormous on a couple of fronts. In terms of leading to our game this week against Houston. Houston may be fighting for a wild card, where usually they're walk. That's usually the division that's a walkthrough. But if the Colts win and if the Bills win, that pretty much seals that division. And but it's going to be interesting. But yeah, can you believe that we're even saying right now? Yeah, actually, the Chiefs have a 45% chance at this moment to make the playoffs. Whittle. But if they lose this week, it goes down to 29%.
They want to
So
fire Andy Reid, so I mean, if they do that, that's not going to help.
Can
I
you?
wonder
Yeah.
what they're
Did you?
to if they fire him.
I saw something funny too that my friend sent me from Twitter today. That the Jets are going to inquire about Patrick Mahomes in the offseason. I said, here we go. It's already starting, Whittle. Right? Did you see that floating around too? Oh man. Yeah. Let it begin, right? So this is what happens when you start losing. Welcome to our world. Hey, let's remember we were 5-5 a couple years ago too, Whittle. So let's not write the Chiefs off just yet.
Not,
That was when
not yet.
that's
If they lose Sunday to the Colts though, like that's it.
that
That's it. They got the
yeah,
Chargers again. They got some tough games. They got
yep.
who else do they have? I know they have the
The Chiefs
Chargers again.
are, and then
They have the
they're,
Colts again.
and you know what, Whittle? They're at Dallas on Thanksgiving, and
Yeah,
Dallas looks a little different right now. After they got Quinn Williams, they got two big, studs at deep tackle. They're gonna be a little more of an interesting matchup going forward. And the way
they
George
also got
Pickens is playing right now, woo, I mean,
they also got better at corner too. At corner as
mhm,
well. Um,
yeah,
Siobhan Ravel is being worked back into the lineup after coming off of some injuries that kind of made him a second round pick. Um, so he's getting worked back in. Bland is healthy. Malik Hooker's back at safety for them.
hmm
You know, yeah, man. I mean, they made the trade for Logan Wilson. They needed help at linebacker. They made the trades for um, you know Kenny Clark and for Quentin Williams,
hmm
and they needed help at defensive tackle, and they got it. They
yep.
looked out. Um,
And now they got 2 1s next
so
year. That's the Dallas really righted the ship here a little bit, which is wild.
they're,
But
they're going to be extremely tough next year, especially if they can resign. They can get Pickens to come back. They're going to be extremely difficult to deal with next year. Um,
mhm.
but I don't know. Maybe man, it feels like a little too late. For them,
Yep,
but we'll see.
as it usually always does with the Cowboys, but we'll see. We'll see. But their odds to make the playoffs are extremely slim right now. So even if they beat the Eagles this Sunday, it's not looking good. So, but again, at least for next year, they're looking like they're set up very, very well,
Yep, yep,
and could be a very interesting play next year. So
100%. All right. No major. I mean, injuries. Like the only injuries that really matter. I mean, like Nicole Hardman got hurt.
mhm.
Do you have the injury report?
I do not, unfortunately. I can't get into my Twitter. I can't get in there
Oh,
to bring that up
that's
today.
right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Let me try to look that up.
Well, it's nice to
Kind of
see
crazy.
Ray Davis get a nice return this week. So
He
something
balled
that,
out.
yeah, he really did. He had a very solid game as well. And something that we've talked about, I feel like we wanted more from those backup running backs. We just don't want to rely on number four overly too much, right? We do want to get production. I feel like when guys like Ty Johnson and Ray Davis are chipping in, we're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah. What's his name?
Yep.
Yeah. I was about to say Ty Johnson. He scored a touchdown. He did his thing.
hmm
His thing.
Yep.
Cool.
I agree with Steve here too. I mean, we're kind of like at the same area after week 10. I think because New England is 9-2, I think that's got us a little more apprehensive. A, because Drake May is really taking a next major step, and B, it's because it's New England, right? We didn't have the same apprehension with the Dolphins a couple of years ago when they had about a 2-game lead on us before they lost to Tennessee on Monday night and then they collapsed. But it would be a nice get to see New England lose this week to Cincinnati. Now, did I hear Joe Burrow's practicing again? Could he possibly play on Sunday?
No,
Wow.
I don't think he's playing
So
Sunday. He is practicing though. But yeah, I don't know.
okay, he's not going to play. Well, then Jamar Chase is out too, of course, against New England. So that's another break for the Pats. But
It's
yeah, I
been
agree with Steve. I agree with Steve. Pats are due for one of these. They're due for just a game where everything's off, like we get.
it's
So
not happening, man. Not this game. It's not happening.
mm,
I
probably
they
that deep.
Bro, they're playing a fourth place schedule, and you get the Cincinnati Bengals with their terrible defense, and now a hamstrung offense without Jamar Chase. This is
hmm
it's how do they keep getting away with this, brother?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. What's going to be tough about New England is even if we beat them, there's no real guarantee we win the tiebreaker. If I could flip the Miami and Tampa games, I might, just because we needed that division win. Really, the only game we could really quote afford to lose down the stretch is Philadelphia on December 28th because it's an NFC game, but I don't even know. So that's really the thing. So we do it need New England to get. We got to hope Miami somehow beats them, or maybe even the Jets, which is that's a tall order, as we know.
It's not happening.
But I'm
Um,
not. I'm
so
worried about what we're doing this Thursday coming up more than anything.
listen, they do have the Ravens right after us. So we
Hmm.
beat if we beat them in Foxborough, they play the Ravens in Baltimore. So if the Ravens could beat them,
Hmm.
then that would put us provided we win all of these games
Mm.
uh
Yeah,
between now and then, that would put us in back in first place in the division, needing only to beat Philly and the Jets in order to secure the
yeah,
division
and
title.
Cleveland, which could be tricky because of their defense, but I don't.
Yep. That matter
Yeah.
of fact, that would be the Cleveland game. That would
Hmm.
be the Cleveland. We would be playing Cleveland, and they would be playing Baltimore. So yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. See. All right, I got it.
Got
I
the
got,
injuries. All
we
right.
got. Hold on, we got injury reports galore here that have never just been taken down.
Yeah, probably got to clean those up a little bit. So
Yeah, that's what we're doing now. Man, it's crazy like where we are right now in the league, man.
yeah, it's been a very strange. It's a very strange year in the AFC. You have Denver, Patriots, and Colts as the top three teams that are they're playing very well, but the big three essentially Baltimore, Buffalo, KC. Only one of them is in the playoffs right now, which is incredible. And actually, even I'll put Texas. Houston is another team. Let's put them in there. They have made the Final Four 2 years in a row in the AFC. Right, so they were another team that I mean, yours truly picked them to go the AFC title game this year. I thought I was very high on Houston going into the season, but things haven't quite worked out the way I thought. But here they come. They're 5-5. They're starting to get it together. So this is why this is such a big game tomorrow night
Yep.
in a
None of the
lot of respects.
preseason favorites to win a division in the
Hmm.
AFC are currently winning their division. None of us.
No, no.
Not us, not the Chiefs,
Yep,
not the Texans, not the Ravens, none of us. So
yep.
we
If we
we
win,
we
if we win tomorrow night, Whittle, we have a 98% chance at the playoffs. So tomorrow, I mean, if we lose, it's still 87. It's still pretty high, but you win tomorrow, you're a playoff team. That goes without saying because all the teams behind us, 8, 9, and 10, we beat them all. So there's really no threat to me at all. So the one thing this game could be an issue is that it awakens Houston because now they're a game behind us and they'll own the tiebreaker. So that could get pretty interesting. I don't know. I'm not sure what their schedule's like down the stretch, but with their defense, we're going to get into it. I mean, they can just stack wins
yeah.
for sure.
Um yeah, a win Thursday night against the Texans for me, um like a win would be great. It keeps us in range of the division as well as the one seed. Like none of those
Yep.
dreams die if
Nope.
we win tomorrow night. They die if we lose. Like if we lose tomorrow night, I just don't.
We're going to need a lot of help to get the one if we lose tomorrow night. Like we would need to run the table and get help. Where I
I,
agree with you, Will. If we win tomorrow night, we can almost control our own destiny. Even if we lost to the Eagles, we can still get the one seed. That's the one game we can quote afford to lose because it's an out of conference game.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not completely sold on Denver losing enough games to not push for that one seed. I think we need to win out to have a chance at the one. I think
Yeah.
14 wins get you the 1 seed. They're sitting at the Broncos are 9-2, you
Wow.
know,
Yeah.
and they just like obviously the Chiefs are having a down year. Like that's understood. We get it. But like they're just I don't know what it is, man. Denver is I mean, they're pulling these games out, man. Like and they're pulling out these games because of their defense and timely offensive. You know who they are?
Hmm.
You know what they remind me of? They remind me of the Chiefs last year.
And a
Defense
little
played
bit. Yep.
well, and the fourth quarter, late in the game, second half, Mahomes and that offense would figure out something and they'd win a game. They'd get the bounces to go their way, block
Hmm.
kicks, things like that, and they'd win these tough one-score games. The Chiefs what were they 12-0 one-score games last year? They're 0-5 this year.
Yeah, it's
So
unbelievable. Hmm.
and the Broncos, and that's the Broncos this year. You get
Yep.
them
They
in a
got the
tight game,
best.
out,
Yep.
pulling it out.
They got the best third down receiver in the league in Cortland Sutton. That's something we're gonna have to keep an eye on if we ever play them. That because our third down defense. Are you still consider our third down defense is well? Yeah, I got to still look at the numbers, but it just feels like when it's 3rd and 12, I just don't feel comfortable like I used to, right, with our unit, right? I'm still very apprehensive at that moment, but
So what was I going to say about? I forgot. All right, we'll move on. I do
yeah, I
have
was
the
looking at
injury.
the. Oh, you do? Okay, excellent.
I'll pull it up.
Ooh, quite a list. But what's nice,
A lot
a
of
lot of
fools.
fools in that category. Yeah, that's nice. I almost feel like McDermott said, you know what? Let's give you a couple days. We have a short week. Let's not overwhelm you. If you're kind of nicked up, we'll give you a little time off.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, feels like
Oh,
it.
almost everybody's full.
Yeah,
Even Shaq
out
Thompson.
for that's a good development. Yeah, I wouldn't mind if they could give Terrell. If this game didn't mean so much, I'd say give Terrell Bernard some extra time off, see if that could heal him up for the stretch run. But it's nice they'll have Shaq Thompson at their disposal going forward.
Yeah. And just because it says limited, I mean, just because it says full practice doesn't mean that those guys are 100% healthy. Like I still expect to see Bosa with um, some sort of medical apparatus on his wrist to
Hmm. Yeah.
to keep the structure together and not allow for a ton of detrimental movement. Obviously Terrell Bernard still dealing with I want to say the ankle. Let me pull it back up really quickly.
I
Yeah,
believe it was. Yeah.
still dealing with the ankle. But the rest of those guys, man, I think it's good to see. The lists are always long with short weeks. Everything's very misleading. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
That could happen.
Um,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, so
Especially this time of year.
Christian Benford looked very good last week. Um, what's up, dog? Appreciate you pulling up,
What's up,
man.
dog?
As
Yep.
always.
Yep.
Uh,
Absolutely.
yeah, Christian Benford looked good, man. Last week, he was very physical. Uh, I didn't see a ton of limit. I didn't see any limitations in what he was doing. Um,
Hmm.
I think he's good, which is good for us because now you have a real test in Houston. I don't care who the quarterback is. Nico Collins is one of them ones. He's a top 7 wide receiver. I would even say I'd even put him in. I'd say he's top 5 right now among
Hmm.
active among the receivers who are currently playing right now. I don't think that there are 5 better than than he is. I would firmly put him in that top 5. I like AJ Brown a lot, but AJ's
Yep.
numbers are minuscule this year. And
It's
that's not
shocking.
not on
Yeah.
him, but it is what it is.
Yep.
Nico's God. So um big test with Nico with
Hmm.
Jaden Higgins, the rookie. Um,
Hmm.
Dalton Schultz, the tight end. The offensive line hasn't played terribly this year. It has looked better over the last couple of games.
Hmm.
Um, they got the rookie Woody Marks from USC in the backfield now because Joe Mixon's out. Joe Mixon's been going for a while. So yeah,
Hmm.
um they do pose a threat because of the weapons that they have. Now, clearly, with Davis Mills at quarterback, that's going to limit some of the things that they can do. He's not C.J. Stroud, so
No.
while they
Mm-mm.
while they are still dangerous, they will be less effective than they'll be less effective than anybody than they would be if CJ was there. So
Yep.
um this is the game where I expect to see Buffalo line up in base a lot. I
Hmm.
expect them to be in a 4-3 and um, force Davis Mills to win the game through the air with play action and make plays through the air. I don't think that this is a game where the Bills are gonna sit back and be worried more so about limiting yards through the air. I think they're just going to say, look, we're going to stop the run. And if he's going to beat us by going, 22 of 30, 22 of 30 for 330 yards and 3 touchdowns, then so be it. That's how we have to they'll win the game if
Hmm.
Davis Mills has one of those type of games. Um, I don't think he will. I think the Bills have a very good chance to win this game. I think this is a game where you go into it and you say to yourself, if we take the run away from them, they're going to struggle. We get them in third and medium, third and long, they're going to
Hmm.
struggle. You know, I was in a Texan space earlier today listening, and they're just saying like, yeah, their corners are not, Christian Benford's there, and they're starting Tre'Davious White and some guy named Cole Bishop is at safety, and they don't really have anybody at defensive tackle that's any good. And Oliver's hurt. They don't have any. They don't have any juice off the edge, defensive end, except for Joey Bosa. We can chip him and neutralize him, and it's just like. Man, like I mean, it's almost like Rousseau and Epinesa and these guys, but they're not fans of the team, so I don't expect them to
Yeah.
understand or
Yeah.
know, who these players are.
Yep.
But
Yeah. In some cases, we would get some of that in our spaces for Houston as well. That may not completely understand. Yeah, like Mills is he's a quality backup, but he's a backup, right? I mean, he is prone to interceptions, which I know Houston fans love talking about Josh's interceptions, but their own guy, tomorrow he had 15 INTs in 22 and 10 in 23 when he did or 21. So he does have, he hasn't thrown the interceptions as much this year, but he has shown the
hey,
ability to do that. So hopefully we could get him once or twice tomorrow. Maybe flip that field, gets a better field position
yeah,
in
yeah. I
this case,
mean,
which is going to be prime in this game.
yeah. Let me get two of those things tomorrow, man. I'd like to see
Yep.
Max and Cole Bishop get one each. That'd be nice. Or Benford, anybody. Honestly, anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody
Yeah.
on defense. I don't care if it's AJ Epinesa again. Like
Yeah.
somebody.
That'd be pretty sweet, actually. Yeah.
Like get a couple interceptions. Let's
Hmm.
get out of here. Dog. Um, the
Yep.
the the calling card for the Houston Texans is the defense, right?
Yep.
And what
Absolutely.
other note? They getting their kicker back. Um, Fairburn, I think his name is.
Matthew
Yeah,
Fairburn. Yeah. Or no, Kameen Fairburn. No, I think it's Kamai
like
Fairburn. Yeah. Or
Yard,
Fairbairn.
Fairburn or Fairbairn. I'm like,
Fairbairn. Yeah.
yeah. So they're getting their kicker back. He kicked like a 60-yarder against I think it was Atlanta last year to win
Yes.
like walk off win. It was like he's very good. So he's healthy enough for them to release the kicker that they had in his place. So that means he's coming back and he'll be ready to go tomorrow night, kick for them.
Mhm.
But the defense is the calling card, and they're stacked at every level. Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson are their defensive ends.
Mm.
Those are
Sounds.
yeah, those are those are like the portion of Ferrari parked in the front of the
Mhm.
mansion. Like those are the horses right there. Those are the guys. And at defensive tackle, they do run with Tim Settle Jr. I mean, Bills
Wow.
fans, we should know him very, very well.
We do.
And who's the other guy?
Sheldon Rankins, I believe. Then they have
Sheldon Rankins. Yeah,
yep.
and they got Tommy Togiai,
Togiai.
Togiai,
Yep.
Togiai.
Mhm.
They have him as well at defensive tackle. They rotate him in. Sometimes they move the Nico Autry in there as well. For I guess some sort of NASCAR package.
Mhm.
Derek Barnett's a guy that they had. He was a long time. He was a long time. I think he played for the Eagles for a little bit, and
Mhm.
in Houston for. He's been in Houston a few years. I believe he's been in Houston for 2 years, maybe three. Could be three. Um, but yeah, that's the defensive line. Linebacker. They got AJ Speed, the standout linebacker that used to play for the Colts. I can't believe the Colts couldn't keep him. Not only do you lose him, but you lose him in the division, which is like
Mhm.
kind of wild. Um, that was kind of wild to see that happen. But
Yep.
anyway, EJ Speed and Al Aziz Al Shair
Mhm.
uh, is one of the dirtiest players in the NFL. Like, and
Mm.
I don't think it's like purposeful. It might be, but I don't think like it doesn't feel like when I'm watching him play, it doesn't feel like he's purposely trying to hurt people. It just feels like he's reckless. Like he's just kind
Mhm.
of like just feels like he's just wrecked. Like he throws his body around a lot, kind of like Taylor Rapp. The difference is Aziz hits the other team. Taylor Rapp hits his teammates. Um,
Yeah,
and
pretty much.
Yeah, third linebacker in Alabama, Henry Tua.
Yep.
He plays, he doesn't really play as much in the nickel. Um, but when they go base, he's definitely on the field. Obviously at corner, Derek Stingley, uh, Kamari Lassiter. Normally, Jalen Petrie is your
Nickel, right? Is your nickel guy? Is he the one there nickel?
he's the slot. Normally, that's who they have in the slot. He's hurt, and he's already been ruled out, so he will not be playing. They're going
Oh.
to, yeah, he's out. They're gonna mix in a couple of guys, Tremon Smith, Tremon
Mhm.
Smith. And there's like another kid that they got, another guy they got from the Patriots. His name escapes me right now. I want to say it's like Butler or something like
Mm.
that. I have to look, guys. I'm sorry.
Did they get you talking about Lassiter or no? No, he
No,
was
no,
a
no, no.
back.
He's the other boundary guy. I know about last.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not. Let me see. Miles Bryant.
That's
Miles
it.
Bryant. Yeah. Did I say Butler? Oh, I got it right. I got the B right. Yeah, Miles Bryant.
Mhm.
So Miles Bryant's in the slot. Undersized guy. He's like 5'8", 5'9". I mean, not like that
Mhm.
matters because Marcus Jones was clamping when he was in the slot. When we played the Patriots, Marcus Jones was out there clamping at 5'8".
Absolutely.
Safety is Caleb Bullock, Miles Bryant, MJ Stewart. Those are gonna be the
Mhm.
safeties. I like Caleb Bullock. they don't like Caleb. Like some Texas fans don't like Caleb Blunt. They say he makes he makes some critical mistakes. I guess. I thought he was a good prospect coming out. Obviously, he's doing something right because he's spent the last couple of years there and he's starting. So clearly, he's not terrible.
Hmm.
That's where that's the defense for the that's the roster. Now I watched. I didn't go through a bunch of Texans games. I went and watched Week 10 matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars, where Jacksonville got out to a 29-10 lead and lost. They
Hmm.
lost
Unbelievable.
36-29, which I thought was like absolutely crazy. How do you blow
Hmm.
that? Blew it in the second half, which is even worse. Uh, but I'm watching the Texans defensively. They play a lot of zone coverage, man. Like it's a
Hmm.
lot of zone. Um, cover two, you know, the cover three. They play a good amount of match coverage as well. Um, they will go single high with Bullock and kind of match and go match and match and play a matchup zone underneath that. Um,
Hmm.
they are extremely disciplined in zone defense. Like they're very, very, very good. But they are not susceptible to making mistakes. If you can ever get them, I think this is a good game to take some shots to the tight ends and play action. Stack sets, bunch, trips, things like that. Those
Hmm.
kind of work. Susceptible. They're not a great screen defending team either, which is like the Bills' offense. For the last year and a half has been screened. So, and the one chink in their armor defensively is they're in the lower half of the NFL in red zone defense. But when it comes to points per game, they're I think they're number one. Um, against the run, they're very good. Against the pass, they're very, very good. Uh, they don't give up a ton of total yards. They've held multiple teams to 100 yards or less uh, in
Hmm.
total offense multiple times this year. So this is a very, very, very good defensive unit, and there aren't a ton of holes. I think if you're gonna attack them, you're gonna attack them with zone beaters, and they, according to the Texans fans that we talked to yesterday and that I listened to today, I mean, they're not worried about our pass catchers and they're comfortable with sitting back and just, letting guys catch the ball in front of them. They think that Josh can't play a uh a very under control um kind of take what the defense gives you type of game. And we watched him do it against the Chiefs. I think that's got to be the mindset this week. Short week, keep it simple, stupid. Um, you don't need to try to reinvent the wheel. Let's go with what works. We're
Oh,
gonna hit the.
Whittle, breaking news. According to Eric Turner, uh,
Yeah,
Keon Coleman will be benched on Thursday. So I just popped up on my thing, so I just wanted to bring that to your attention.
nah,
And
I knew that. I just
yeah, I just figured for our listeners and Torque asked, about him getting benched. Well, listen, it's something that I'd love to see him succeed too. And I still think he can, right? I think, listening to the questions that were thrown his way before he came on the field, a lot of tough questions they were throwing at him. He handled it well. So it's just about what his team thinks at this point behind the scenes, and we just, we don't see it on an everyday basis. But he still has time, so this is his opportunity, and hopefully it's the wake up call. Yeah, listen, this happens in life, right? Sometimes you're at a job, maybe you're kind of coasting along a little bit, right? Sometimes you need a little, maybe your boss tells you something and it kind of gets you refocused, right? So that's what he's got to do. and he's at that point right now, especially in a league like the NFL. You can't go like this anymore. So he has to nip this in the bud now, and hopefully he could go forward, maybe even into the week again. Yeah, dog, he has been benched again, as officially, so to speak. I mean, Whittle even alluded to it, that looked like it was going to happen, but just saw something pop up that it's official now.
Yeah. So my thoughts on the Keon situation. I'm not like I obviously I'm not in the building, so I don't know. I don't know how many times he's been late. I don't know how many times they talked to him about this. Not. I just think that 2 games feels uh, 2 games feels a little. It feels like overkill. It feels like it feels like you're going out of your way to kind of embarrass him a bit, and it is what
Hmm.
it is. Like he's grown. You're an you're an NFL player. You should you shouldn't have a problem getting back and forth to work. Like you make enough money to live close to the stadium or close to the facility that you need to get to. I don't get it. Like they give you the times you need to be there, set multiple alarms to get up. Um, Bro, like what you don't even have to really get dressed up. Like you could just put on sweats, slides, and a hoodie, jump in the car, make
Hmm.
sure you don't stink, and drive to work, dude. Like it's
Yeah, yeah,
simple.
yeah.
Like, that was the thing. Like when I was in the military.
And yeah, I put this up for you, by the way, because Dave will, if you're 15 minutes early or late, you'll get that more than
Oh,
any of
yeah,
us here.
right, right. Because that was the thing. Like we would have a formation time of, let's say, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., whatever it is.
Hmm.
They're looking for you at 6:40. They're looking for you 15 minutes prior. So, and admittedly, there's some people who I served with. Listen, once I got to a certain point in my career where, I had a little bit of rank, hey man, it starts when I get there. All right. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
I
yep.
get there with, but that's the equivalent of Keon being Stephon Diggs, or not. I'm not gonna say Stephon Diggs, but like you're a vet. Like say you're a vet and you're productive.
Yeah,
I mean, you're gonna get a little more leeway
a little bit.
than
Yeah, for sure.
the rookie who hasn't been performing on the field for the last, month and a half. That,
Hmm.
that's how this works. So, you know, I do think it's a little too much. I do think it's a little extra, but I get it. I get it, and I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, do you think if this wasn't a short week, that might have something to do with it? But um, in that case, so maybe like I was telling Jason, because Jason didn't agree with the decision, and I said, yeah, I was thinking maybe because it's such a short week, maybe they just want to. I think next week at Pittsburgh will really tell a big story to me if Keon is still not playing by that point, because we'll have 10 days, almost 2 weeks after this whole thing broke. I think that's when we'll get a better picture on that.
Hey, it is what it is. Like
Yeah.
offense looked great. Keon
Hmm.
wasn't a part of it. Maybe because it's a short week, they went and said, "Listen, we're gonna get you back in here. We're gonna get you, back with the team and running with the receivers." But right now, this is a short week. We like what we had going on. We're gonna just keep you out this extra game in order to not pile on to like maybe and maybe we're viewing this part incorrectly. Maybe we're viewing this as something super negative when it could be that the could be the coaching staff is saying, look, he wasn't part of the game plan Sunday. We tried to install stuff last week for this game because we know it's a short week. So let's wait and give him a full 10 days to acclimate back into the offense before we have him go out there. And if he's not productive after 10 days, then that's a you problem, not a an offense problem, because the offense was working. So maybe they're protecting him from another poor performance. You're going up against a
Hmm.
great defense. They've got really good corners. Even though Keon did have a really good game against, well, I don't want to say a really good game, but Keon he was productive against them last year. Um, got Gabe Davis back. You got Joshua Palmer. Um,
Hmm.
Khalil Shakir, I'm sure, is going to play. Congratulations to him and his wife on a new baby.
Yes, absolutely.
Um, but yeah, so
I
maybe
guess Elijah Moore will be in there this week. Would you expect to see some Elijah Moore?
probably, yeah, because Curtis Samuel isn't Curtis Samuel out?
I
Let
thought
me
he was
pull it up.
playing. I
Let me
thought he
see.
was playing, but I could be
Oh,
wrong.
where's he at? He's out. Curtis Samuel is out.
Oh, Curtis Samuel is out. Okay, I thought he was playing.
He's again. So there's that.
Wow,
So I mean,
that's
oh wait,
surprising. Then just the fact that
Gabe
Samuel's out,
Palmer.
I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, it's Gabe Palmer, Shaves,
What about Gabe? Yeah,
Shakir,
yeah,
and Elijah Moore. Yeah, that would be
yeah.
it.
Hmm.
That's it. I guess Ray Davis is your punt returner. They did re-sign Brandon Codrington to the
Hmm.
practice squad. They may bring him up to run back.
They
Davis.
might.
It could be it too. It could be just a numbers game, and they say we lost Cole. He was the returner. We need a returner, and we need a roster spot. So we're gonna Keon. We're gonna take Keon's jersey and give Codrington a jersey. We'll see. We'll see if Codrington's on the 50. We'll see if Codrington gets called up, and if he's active tomorrow to run
Hmm.
back kick.
Yeah, yeah. That is telling. Without even Samuel, that they're still not activating Coleman. I can understand losing McCole Hardman, but he had a more specialized skill set. But not that Samuel and Coleman are the same receiver. It's just surprising that they're not playing him, even considering he's out this week.
Um, well, we'll see what happens, man. I mean, the offense looked good last week. Obviously, Houston's a much better defense than the Tampa Bay. I mean, they do some
Hmm.
similar stuff as far as as far as like cover two, cover three,
Hmm.
zone based defense. Um,
Yep.
one thing
Both
I did notice,
very well coached. Head coaches have an excellent pedigree for defense. So there's similarities there too.
the Texans defense reminds me of the Jets defense under Robert Saleh. I
Mm.
mean, it looks it looks very very similar,
Hmm.
even down to line nine alignment of the defensive line. Um, they run a bit of that. They also run the unbalanced overload where they have three uh three defensive linemen three defensive linemen lined up to one side of the center, and then they have you know they try to get Will Anderson one on or Danielle Hunter one on one. I mean not one on one. Danielle Hunter lined up, on the other side of the center, and they're really what they're doing is they're trying to get Will Anderson one on one against the tackle. Uh, so um, I expect to see some of that. They have been gashed a bit by quarterbacks uh, that scramble. Um, Trevor Lawrence was able to kind of get out and make some plays, make some throws on a run, kind of extend some plays and things like that. Josh is going to do the same thing. I expect them to spy Josh, uh, especially when they bring pressure. They do. They're also really good at mugging up line of scrimmage, lining, everybody up on the line of scrimmage, getting real tight on and playing man coverage. So, this is a good defense, man. They can do it all. It's just the Bills really. And when I say the Bills, I mean Josh. He's
Hmm.
really got to play a disciplined game, bro. Really got to play a
Yep.
disciplined game and not be afraid to really have 25 completions and 22 of them be straight up underneath throws to
Yep.
the running back.
Is
And
this Whittle? Does this come back to what you were talking about last week about WWJD? What would Jalen do? Right, like
yep,
Jalen Hurts. Like, is this that kind of game? You're kind of saying, you know what?
sure.
Just say, listen, if take what's there. Even like 20 of 27 for like 190, no picks, no turnovers. Right, maybe a touchdown, maybe one rushing touchdown, maybe one receiving touchdown. Kind of a pedestrian line, but just get the job done. Right.
Throw for a touchdown. Just take care of the football, bro.
Yeah, just
Just
take
take
care
care.
of the football. Hmm. Yep.
Like I'm fine with that. Like if he does not throw for a single touchdown, if we can put up it. So this, I looked at this game. I call this a litmus test game. To me, this is the litmus test game. If the Bills can go into this game in Houston on a short week and put up more than 24 points or more against that defense, without a bunch of fluky stuff. Like I'm not talking about multiple, like you get a pick six and you get some sort of fumble or interception that gives you like a 30-yard
Hmm.
field. No, I'm talking about the Bills go in there, they put together, 4 drives that end up with, points. Like and not just field goals. Like you give me 4 drives or you go down there and you give me 3 touchdowns and a field goal. I believe that this team can beat anybody in the AFC. I
Absolutely.
firmly believe if the Bills can go out and beat the Texans tomorrow night, they can put up 24 points. I think the Bills have an excellent chance of running the table. The only team that I look at as a formidable opponent for that team, for the Bills, if they go out and they can perform offensively against the Texans defense, which like this is no joke. They are the best defense in the NFL. The best. That's the best defense in the league. You go out there and put up 24 points against the best defense in the league. I'm only worried about Philly. I think we beat everybody else. Only worried about Philly. That's it.
Yeah,
You know,
Philly's becoming a beast on defense for sure. So I mean, it was like
Taylor,
our friend Jarek was talking about in the space. I mean, we got 3 of the top defenses on the schedule still. It's gonna be quite a challenge. But you said if we get through this, if we could find a way, like you said, to win. And again, folks, for everybody out there that's looking for a let Josh cook type night Thursday night, I think you're going to be disappointed, right? But that doesn't mean it's not effective. So, and I just hope that that's the strategy going in.
you got to wait till the next week when we play the Steelers. You can air
Yes.
it
Oh,
out.
and I hope they cook for 40 plus in that game, but I digress for the reasons that we know. Someone on Twitter will feel quite a wrath after that game, but we'll get to that next week for sure.
Um, so yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I got for the Texans, man. I mean,
Yep.
I think it's a game that Buffalo can win. If
Hmm.
th- at the same time, it wouldn't shock me if we lost. If they go out there,
Absolutely agree.
their defense is locked down. They're able to establish, Woody
Hmm.
Marks and Nick Brown, and then they're able to build. They're able to use the play action game off of that. That could be a long night for the Buffalo Bills, and then you go, then you're sitting at 7-4. Your 2 games, you're 2 games in the standing. You're 3 games behind the Patriots,
Yeah.
and you're
It's
one game
probably the division may be done if we lose this game
right. That would be it.
tomorrow.
This
I
this
yeah, I
is this
think Will a huge that you alluded to it earlier with Fair Fawn or Fair Bond, the kicker for Houston coming back. We need Matt Prater to be very good tomorrow night. The kicking game is going to be very important in terms of field position, in terms of field goals, because yeah, I really think it's going to be that kind of night where I could see Matt Prater being the factor, very much like Week 1, right, where he had to make that game-winning field goal to pull off the improbable against Baltimore that night. So,
this should not be a game that this should not be a game that ends up being that close. Not because
mhm,
Houston's not because that we're so much better than Houston, but like Davis Mills is the quarterback. If you lose to the Texans with Davis Mills as the quarterback, bro, like what are we doing?
yeah,
Honestly,
I agree. I do agree. I
what are
do
we
think
doing?
it's going to be very close, though, Whittle. I really, really do. I think my score prediction is 20-17. I think it's going to be that kind of game. I just have a healthy amount of respect for D'Amico Ryans and his defense. Yeah, it's a tough spot, short week, tough place to play, but I think we're about to take care of business, and I'll be very, very happy with that kind of win, Whittle. Like you said, just yeah, I just want to see a good, good game plan. Just limit turnovers and just find a way to get it done. Just let's get 8-3, and let's get on to Pittsburgh. So
Can't
yeah,
I
but
I just this has to be a game that Josh just takes what's available. It's gotta be a similar game to what that Kansas City game looked like. It's got to be one of those. And I think if it is, I think the Bills can score 24 or more. I think
hmm
I think the Bills can put up points if they play that way. Like if Josh comes out there and he drops back and
hmm
he just what? No problem. We're going
yep,
to take what's underneath and death by a thousand cuts this team all the way down to the red zone where they've been proven to be susceptible to teams, like they don't have a great red zone defense.
hmm
They give up points. So if you can get to the red zone, you're gonna score points. Um, that's just where I'm at, man. Like you gotta take your time and get to the red zone, take care of the football, don't do anything stupid. And, when the opportunity presents itself to be great, I guess go do it. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta cash in. If you take a chance, you gotta cash it in. You can't turn the ball over against this team, man. Can't do it. That's how you eliminate your advantage. That's how you eliminate the talent advantage. Turn the football over. So Josh needs to take care of the football. If he does, we're in great shape. We should get a double digit win. Um,
Ooh, look at
but
Dog for the
it's not
34. Ooh, I like the way you think, Dog. I hope you're right, but
34 is great.
uh, oh, that
Listen,
would be
if
great. Oh,
the Bills got to take care of the football, if they can get out of here 24 to 10,
hmm
24 to 13, something like that, I'm good. I'm great with that. But like Jarek said, you know, take what's underneath. Josh has to play within the structure of the offense and stop the run. Like you like this is a game you really gotta make it your
yes,
business to stop the run. And dare Davis Mills to beat you in third and medium and third and long.
hmm
That's just too. So
absolutely,
um,
absolutely.
hopefully we get it done. Hopefully we get it done.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah,
believer. If we win this game, and like I know I said, Bills fans want pretty wins, they want this and that. This is a game where I need to see something. I need to. The win is cool, but you go out there and put up some points. You put up some points, I'm back on the wagon. I believe in this team. I think if
hmm
we can put up 24 points or more against the Houston Texans defense, I don't think there's a team that we'll see in the playoffs that can beat us. Not in the AFC. Not in the AFC.
yeah. That AFC, yeah.
I
We'll have
promise,
to.
brother.
I like
That's
it.
what
I think this is a huge point in the season, folks. I feel like this is the kind of game, like Whittle said, you move the ball well on this defense. You come out there with a win. You get the extra time off. We can get a little even healthier. Pittsburgh, you don't know what's going to happen. Then we got it, and then we got Cincinnati after that. So, or is this Cincinnati after that? Yeah, I think it's Cincinnati after that, and then we got New England, I believe. So,
Yep. It's,
like just going into those games
it's Pittsburgh after that, Cincy, and then the
in New
Patriots.
England Patriots. Yep. So again, this is one of those. I just think this is one of those nights you look back and say this is really going to define where our season's going to go. Are we? Could we be a one seed? Can we start looking at things like that still, or are we just looking just hey we're going to be a wild card team and then hope we pull off the impossible, win 3 games on the road in the playoffs, which is never an easy thing to do, but
You got to make your push
massive,
now.
massive night. Absolutely, it's time. It's time. But I agree with what Jarek said. Josh, don't be an idiot on Thursday night. That's it. Just be right. Just be effective and just take what they give you because it's a very stingy defense. Stingley is that guy. He is absolutely elite. I mean, they got playmakers all over that defense, so
Did
they're
you
going to be
see
looking the
Josh?
ball off.
Did you see his comments about the Texans game?
No, I did not. What did he say?
Yeah, go on YouTube, and pull them up if you when you get a chance. But he
Sure.
he he said he remembers. He's like, yeah, like didn't play well last year in Houston. So
Hmm.
that's something that he's looking to rectify. Like obviously want to come out there and play better this year, and they know, like they understand, and
Yep.
that could be part of the Keon inactive thing too. Is like we don't have time for that. We don't have time to deal with that right now because
Yep.
this is a really important game on a short week against a quality opponent. So yeah,
Yep. Absolutely. But yeah, so we got the short week. We got game. It's Bills game day tomorrow already. So not a huge fan of Thursday night games. I mean, I like them when we're not playing. I'm not a fan when we're playing, to be honest. But
hey man, I'm hoping for the best, man. I'm hoping for
absolutely.
the best. This team has been up. This team has been a roller coaster ride all year. Um,
Hmm.
I'm tomorrow night determines how the rest of the season looks. In my opinion, like for me,
I agree.
tomorrow's what it is. Like if we look great,
Yeah,
I'm all in. If we don't, hey man, next year, let's
more than likely. I mean, is there still hope? Maybe, but it's going to take an incredible performance to win. To ask any team to win 3 straight road games, especially McDermott has won 0 playoff games in during his tenure in the road in the playoffs. Not saying he can't. Just even if you get one, just to get 3 is an incredible task. So
to be fair.
yeah,
Outside playing the Chiefs, we played the Jags in 2017 and
yeah.
Houston in 2015. And I'm sorry, that Houston game, we should have won that game. Like
Oh
that game,
yeah,
that game was taken from us. The
the ref.
the dropped kickoff where
Hmm.
the guy just drops the football, walks away, and they give them the touchback instead of awarding us the touchdown, which is what should have been the call. Not to mention
Hmm.
the phantom blocking the back on Cody Ford. That was called when we got into the field goal range. Hit that field goal to win it, and they called it back, and we end up having
Hmm.
fun, and they get the football and they score. So it is what it
Yep,
is. Uh,
absolutely.
it has been rough for Josh in Houston. He has not played well there. So let's see tomorrow night. Exercise those demons, man. Exercise those demons. Get them out of there. Um,
Absolutely.
well,
Absolutely. Let's get it done.
and let's go to that mini bye and get ready for Pittsburgh. Excuse me,
That would be
Pittsburgh.
I could come up with some other words, but we'll save our Pittsburgh banter for next week. And I agree with Bill Centric here. Welcome. How about a nice stress-free Sunday football day would be nice, right? We get to kick back and watch some other games. And if we're 8-3, it will just feel like we're really back on track. All the things that happened. It's not, not everything is. We still have concerns, of course, but again, you look at this conference. I mean, every team has concerns. I mean, nobody can sit here and say that one team is just really ahead of the pack. So it's a wide open conference right now. So, but I think if the Bills win this week and next week, 9-3 going into it, I think the perception around the league will be the Bills are the favorites to win the AFC again, going
Well,
down the stretch.
I think the Bills win tomorrow night. That's going to start putting pressure on New England.
hmm
100%.
I think if the Bills win tomorrow night, they're winning the AFC. I'll guarantee it. I think if the Buffalo Bills win tomorrow night, they're winning the AFC. I'm not saying to win the Super Bowl. I'm guaranteeing it. I'm guaranteeing if they win tomorrow night.
Week 12,
yes.
excuse me, week 12.
Yes. I think it's that big. I really think this is going to catapult the Bills to heights that we'll take the East, and I think we'll get the 1 seed. I really believe it. I think this is that big of a game. And again, like you said, just to have that confidence against a defense like this is massive for that locker room. But it's going to be a very tall task. But that's where I'm at.
That's all I got, brother. I mean, we can
That's
wrap
what
this
I got
up.
too. Yes, we can. And I want to thank everyone in the group chat as well. Everybody is great as always. We couldn't do this without you. And next week, hopefully we're talking 8-3 Bills, and we're talking about the showdown in Pittsburgh. I believe that is a 4:25 game, if my memory stands correct. So it looks like we'll have another primetime game on the horizon. Maybe it could be flex to Sunday night. We'll see how things go. That's a possibility. But I maybe we'll have to see how that goes, because I think that Sunday night game that week is pretty bad, if I remember correctly. So
They better not flex that game, man. They better not. They better
no,
not. Yeah, no. Please don't.
no. You mean with Mason Rudolph versus Josh Allen?
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. No, I mean, apparently Rodgers is gonna play. Like, he's gonna play with a fracture in his wrist. All
Ooh,
right.
okay. Well, I mean, this is left, but still, that's danger. That's danger. We'll have to see how
Very
that all shakes out. Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's 20 years old, man. He gets hit wrong, that could be it. So I don't know. I don't
Yep,
know. We'll see what happens,
exactly.
though.
Yep. And yep, so we'll be here. It'll be the day before Thanksgiving as well, Whittle. So we'll be here for your Thanksgiving Eve. If you're getting ready for the holidays, you want some good Bills talk, come join us. We'd love to have you on. So we'll be here Thanksgiving night, and look forward to speak with you all next week.
What's out, brother?
And go Bills.
Go Bills. Let's get out of here. Where's it at? There we go.